Good morning and welcome back to the channel. My name is Deborah, aka the Sunset Girl Creates, and today I'm working on my Serenity Prayer diamond painting that I got from Amazon. It is a 35 by 45. It says, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And we'll go into more depth about what this meaning is for me and where our channel will be going here shortly. I am using my pen from Diamond Art Club. I did get these tips. It's a whole package of tips. They're metal tips. They're actually, I don't know if you can see it. There we go. That's better. They're rose gold, and they're really fun. So I've got, this one's got a 2-placer on it. On this one, it's a nice 2-placer, as well as this one's an 8-placer, I think. Let's see. Yeah, 8. See, they tell it, that's really nice. You can really see the size on it as well. And I used the diamond painting wax from Diamond Art Club in most of my pens, as if I'm not using my micro dots, which I use in the singles. This one came with 3 different singles, one for square, one for round, and one that has the ergonomic point that I use sometimes. So this is the ergonomic point, and it is a single, and it's a single, it's made for both round and square, a standard. But I also have a single that has just a square. And then on the other side of this one, I have the 9-placer on here. So it's, or is that the 8 or the 9? Yeah, that's the 9. I have to remember which side to look at for the letter. But it is a 9-placer. And so these are the 2 pens I'm going to be using. They're both from Diamond Art Club. Links will be below to Diamond Art Club and their pens. I'll put a link down below for my tips that I got, as well as a link to this diamond painting on Amazon. So that will all be down in the description below. So if there's anything that you're looking for or wanting to see or do, please let me know in the comments. I will be going into a little bit more detail in a few minutes as to what's going to be happening on the channel. I'm going to go into why I've had the absence for the last 3 months, and what I want to be doing going forward. So I have a list. It's all written out this time, so I'm doing things a little bit differently by planning my videos. I'm making sure that I have video notes so that I stay on topic. I do less of the ums, because I know ums drive me nuts sometimes, right? But I still enjoy doing my diamond painting, right? Yeah. And so, why my absence? My absence. Okay, so as everybody's known, I have fibromyalgia, and in the last few months, my pain has increased immensely. I have fewer days that are pain-free, and that's harder. I don't have any days that are pain-free any longer. I just have a couple hours that I might be able to move around and do things. I still hurt, but it's bearable. So that's usually in the morning. So with that said, one of the things on our channel going forward is that I'm only going to promise to do one vlog, basically, which will include some different things, and we'll go over that shortly of what we're going to be including in my videos. So that there'll be snippets for each one of these various things that are listed, and I'll be doing them as my topics going forward. Because what this channel for me will be not only to share my story, to share with others what it is like to live in chronic pain, what it is like to have neuropathy, what it's like to have fibromyalgia, maybe debunk some of the myths about fibromyalgia, because I know I had to debunk them myself before I could even admit I had fibromyalgia to anybody. Because I'm like, oh God, people are going to think I'm crazy, right? So it's things like that. And I need, for myself personally, I want to keep a blog going of what I'm doing in my craft world, as well as some of the other things going on in my life and the things that I cherish and the things that I do on a regular basis. So I have that list coming up shortly, but I just want to make sure that everybody knows that I will do my very, very best to post at least one video a week moving forward. If another one comes, then it's a bonus, and I'm going to be grateful for that extra day that I got to do a video. So, on my channel, what will I be doing going forward? So, I've been kind of all over the place. It's always been craft related, and it will always stay a craft related channel. And the reason is because crafts are part of my therapy. I do a lot of art therapy for myself because I don't have the ability to do other kinds of therapy at this time. It makes it kind of difficult at different times and different things. But I think moving forward, there'll be more consistency, because I've set up a kind of an outline that I will be going through moving forward. So all videos will have basically the same format when it comes to a WIP Chat. So going forward, I will no longer be reading others' blogs. This will be about me and everything else that we'll be including on the list. We'll be doing a WIP Chat once a week. So once a week, I will be getting on and having a quick WIP Chat with you, probably for at least an hour, right? Do a nice, decent length of a WIP Chat. That's what most people do, and you like to work right along with me. So, you know, there'll be different crafts going on. As you all know, I enjoy doing baking. I like to try to turn regular recipes into sugar-free recipes when I can. I work on it. I'm also venturing into becoming more of a sugar artist than a cake maker. I like the baking part of it, but I really enjoy the actual art part of it, right? Doing the sculpting, and you know, I'm currently working on a project for a teacup set or a tea set. I've got the core of the teapot created, and I'm building it currently in Rice Krispie treats. So you'll get to see some of those things on the video. Obviously, you see me, I'm still diamond painting. I still knit. I still crochet. I still needlepoint. I do cross stitch sometimes. Cross stitch is getting harder and harder for me to do. I don't even know if I'll be able to finish the 2 that I have in the house. I may have to send them off to somebody and ask them to finish them for me. Because they're really important ones. They're special to me, these ones that I've got going. And I would really like to see them completed at some point. So I may have to eventually pay somebody to finish them, or get them over to somebody that is interested in doing them to help me. But we'll get to that in future. But diamond painting, doing something in the kitchen, knitting or crocheting, those are really my 4 cornerstone crafts. So I'm always going to diamond paint. I'm always going to be some kind of sugar artist. And I'll also be baking sugar-free desserts. I'll be sharing those as I do them. There may be WIP chats that we do while I'm making a cake, or I'm making a batch of cookies, or we're baking the cookies. You know, whatever I may be doing that week, and I may want a video. So that's what our WIP chats will consist of. I will be doing unboxings going forward if I have them. Now, currently, I'm still in the thralls of applying for Social Security. And I'm in the nightmare of applying for Social Security and being disabled. For a free country and how much we say we care for our disabled and we care for everybody, and all these disability acts and everything out in Congress and the federal government, they sure don't care about making sure that the United States citizens are taken care of when we work hard and we pay our dues and we pay our money for Social Security, and then when we need it, we can't get it. We have to fight. You actually have to give up a good portion of your back money just so that you can have an attorney, right? So I have to give up 25% of mine, right? That's a lot of money to give away. But if I have to go to court for this, I have a good set of attorneys to do it, and it's all worth it, right? So that's how I think about it today. I will be going over my craft vlog, which is what I've done in the last week. So I may do a vlog once a month where you actually see the different things I'm doing, where I do little quick videos of, hey, look at today I'm working on building my teapot, so you guys can actually see the different processes and different things as I'm going. So I plan on hoping getting a vlog out once a month, as well as on my website. Sorry about the dogs barking. We'll get back to going over what's going to be on my website. I'll be working on a craft blog. I'll be blogging at least probably once a week with a quick blog of what I'm working on. That way I can keep track of on a weekly basis of what I'm doing, whether it be a video or whether it be an article or a combination of both. Will really be how I'm feeling, because sometimes I might not be able to write because of the pain in my hand to be able to type, right? So I might start doing more video blogs on my website as well. So we'll see what goes on. We'll take our time, and I thank you all for your patience. I never thought I would be going 3 months without getting on my channel, but it was a rough 3 months. The winter time is my hardest. It's been when it drops below 70. It really messes with my pain. So we're starting to move into the 70s and 80s again. So we got 80s for the next week, which is nice. So hopefully we keep moving in that direction. So the other thing we'll talk about is something that's near and dear to my heart, is my AA sobriety. Therefore, the reason for my Serenity Prayer diamond painting. I'll be going over documenting my story to share with others, both from my previous 8 years of sobriety to my current start at 2 weeks sobriety today. So today is my 2 weeks. And it's been an amazing and stressful and life-changing 2 weeks, because I've had a lot of things I have to deal with in the last 2 weeks. And so I mean, and it's nothing that's bad that I had to deal with. It's just a lot of things going on. I overbooked myself as usual. I had to. My birthday was in March, so I wanted to. I haven't had a lemon meringue pie in a very, very, very long time. Um, and I made one, and it turned out fantastic. I did it with Italian meringue. Ooh, man. I had some good comments on that. That was good. So I made myself some homemade caramels. I mean, I kind of overdid it for myself. I made all these chocolate bowls to be able to serve the ice cream in, which was kind of cool. My niece, who you'll be seeing, she's actually my best friend's daughter, but she's been around all the time. Either my best friend or sometimes I feel like I'm her mother, it just depends. She lost her mother, and you know what? I had a friend that was older than me too when I was her age, and it really helped me a lot to live life. So I try to pay it forward when I can. I can't always pay it forward, but you know there's things I can do to pay it forward. So when I talk on the channel, I will be updating everybody on where I am today, how my program's working, what am I working on, how is it changing my life? How can my life change by getting a spiritual awakening, which I've done, and to become free of that desire to have that drink all the time, or that desire to, smoke that cigarette, because God's slowly but surely taking some of these things away that I've gratefully, that I open-armed welcomed back when I was 12 years old. So of the two things I started when I was 12 years old, I now am abstinence from them. I started smoking at 12, cigarettes, and I started drinking at 12 to hide from my own problems. So as we go through, I'll be documenting my story throughout. I'll be doing a section about where my recovery is today and how it's changed from the previous recovery time. Because I think it's really important for me to remember that I did have 8 years sobriety away from alcohol. Right? 8 years. That's a big thing to accomplish in itself. But I got in the wrong crowd again, and I kind of messed up. So now I've got to start all over again. But I am doing things differently now than I was then. So we'll kind of go over some of those different things that I've done. I'm going to be telling my story of sobriety. I am not recommending any particular program, because there's a lot of different programs out there that do the 12 steps. I'm going to be talking about 12-step programs that I attend and that I do. And so if sobriety and learning that you can do new things and what you can do, what you've done before, but be able to do it in a sober environment, that's what I'm hoping to show within my story, is that even though I used to do this when I was drunk or I was drinking or whatever I was trying to do at the time, right? I can do it sober now. I can still do the same things. I can still knit. I can still crochet. I can still bake. I can still do sugar art. I can do these things today because I'm clean, and because every morning I get up and I ask God to be with me and help me get through each day. Use His will, and please keep the desire to drink away today. All I need to do is get through the next 24 hours, one day at a time. Sometimes you do it 1 hour at a time, 1 minute at a time. Just depends on what you need. So I will be going through some different things. The other thing is I will be talking on a regular basis about my fibromyalgia and my neuropathy, how things are progressing, where I'm at. I'm really opening up and being not only honest with my channel people and my subscribers and anybody who wants to watch on YouTube, I do hope that you take a moment, and if you like the things that you're hearing, that you please like and subscribe this video. Subscribe to the channel. What you're hearing today is what you'll be hearing every day, every week. I'll be bringing on these things every week, so please hit that like button down there. So my fibromyalgia, my neuropathy, I have not tracked over the last 8 years. It's been about since I was diagnosed. And when I was first diagnosed, it was just shoulder pain and a little bit of pain here and there. And it's gone from that little bit of pain that just kept growing and growing to today, 8 years later, that I've used up all of the pills they give for fibromyalgia. 2 of them I'm allergic to, so I cannot have them. And I only have the other 2 to work with. And there's one other one that just quit working. I was maxed out on the amounts, and they could no longer give that medicine to me. Thank you. Being someone with fibromyalgia and neuropathy is something, especially the fibromyalgia, that I had to come to terms with, right? Because really, the only way that they can prove that you have fibromyalgia is to do every test in the world for every pain you have. That means you got to go through CTs, MRIs, blood tests. You have to go through seeing specialty doctors and all this stuff just to show that they've eliminated any other reason for you to have chronic pain. And then, if you then have that and they've diagnosed you, now you've got fibromyalgia. Right? Okay. Right. I have fibromyalgia. Okay, I get back spasms. I have pain in my shoulders. I can live with that. I don't know why people have such problems, right? That's the way I used to think. You know, and my pain progressively gets worse and worse. But on top of that, I have a body that sometimes decides on its own that it's no longer going to let a medication work. So now I'm in a position that I've used all the medications but one, and they're now, before they take me to the max dose of that one, we're trying to do a little mixing of the medications, hoping that we can come up with a good mix so that we don't have to max me out, because once I get to the maximum of Lyrica, I will no longer have a medicine that will work for either the fibromyalgia or the neuropathy. Because the only medication for neuropathy is Lyrica. Yeah, sink that in. I'm at 400 milligrams a day. You can only take in 600 milligrams a day in a 24-hour period. So they're mixing some other medications, but I don't take pain pills. Pain pills don't work on fibromyalgia. So you can take the tramadols, you can take the oxycodones, but they don't work. So why take them, right? My philosophy is, if they're not going to work, why do I want to put myself in a position to take a medicine that doesn't work? Because all you're doing is putting something in my body that I really don't need to have in my body, right? Because it's not going to work. It's not going to help. So then now how do I find ways to cope with pain? Right? So that's where my talks about my fibromyalgia and my neuropathy will go. I'll be talking really about how I go about working my program and how I can make that program of sobriety also help me with the chronic pain I deal with daily. The other thing is the WIP Chats will be any craft. So whatever craft I'm doing, I'm not going to dedicate and say that on Mondays I'm doing diamond painting. On Tuesday I'm doing knitting and crocheting. On Thursday I'm doing cross stitch. I can't do that. Okay? Because there's times that my hands don't work. So if my hands aren't working, I can't knit or crochet, right? And I usually can only do those in the morning. So when I go to my 7 a.m. AA meeting, I knit for an hour or I crochet for an hour. So I'm working on my blanket, the same blanket I was working on before. I didn't get a whole lot of things done because I've really just been immersing myself into finding ways to deal with pain, right? Because pain sucks. Chronic pain sucks even worse. So when you go to bed and you can't sleep because you're in that much pain, or you go to sit down and watch a show and have to stop every 10 or 15 minutes because you have to get up. But then when you get up, you hurt more from getting up. But you know, if you don't get up and move, you're about going to lose, and the pain's going to put you back into that fetal position, and I don't want to go into that fetal position. So it just depends on what I can do that day when I'm doing the video. So sometimes it will be diamond painting. Other times I might have you in the kitchen. I'm sure that I'll be vlogging on the vlog that will be once a month. You will see what's going on with the teapot, as well as the full tea set, because I'll be making the teapot. I'll be making the cups, the saucers, the milk pitcher, as well as the sugar and the spoon that goes into the sugar. In the teacups, it'll look like they actually have tea in them. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And I look forward to having you guys all along to watch as I go through the different things I'm doing. Because I missed you guys. I miss getting on here and saying, hey, what's up? What's going on? Right? But I'm back. Also, I will be going over anything that I'm currently working on. So what am I working on right now? I'm working on my God Grant Me the Serenity, my Serenity Prayer Diamond Painting. I've got a knitted blanket, sampler blanket I'm working on for my grandchildren's great-grandmother. I've also got a sweater that I'm knitting. It's a colorwork sweater. Beautiful colors, but I can't pick it back up till I finish that blanket. So, as soon as I get my crocheted blanket done, I'll be concentrating on the knitting blanket. And that will get my attention in the mornings, but not until I get this blanket done, because I need something that if I'm in a room or I'm at a doctor's office, it's chilly, I can have a blanket to put over my legs, which will help. Because in Florida, 90% of the time, I don't run my air conditioner until it gets to 85 in my house, because I don't like the cold. So I prefer to be in a warm environment, which helps me a lot. So if I'm in a place in Florida, a lot of times I like to have the air conditioner between 65 and 70 everywhere you go. So I need a blanket sometimes to keep from getting cold when I have shorts on. So that blanket is important for helping my pain to keep it manageable. So for me, that is the most important thing to work on first. Then I'll finish that knitted blanket. I'm on 12, or number 9 of, I don't know, I think it's 30, 24. I don't know. I have to look at what it is. Anyways, it is a knitted blanket, and so I'll be bringing that in, and you'll be able to see what I'm working on there. And the last thing I want to talk about before I thank everyone is that I want to let you guys know how I plan on keeping myself accountable of making these videos once a week. I always sit at this table for at least an hour after I come home from my meeting. It lets me process, it lets me think, it gives me time to talk to my sponsor and the various things that I need to get through my head to continue my day. So one of those things will be doing a video for you every Wednesday. And actually, I think I'll do it Thursday. I'll videotape by Wednesday and I'll upload and have available on Thursdays. That way, every Thursday you have a WIP Chat. You're going to be guaranteed a WIP Chat. If I have time or I feel like doing a vlog spot, I might bring in a vlog spot. I will be doing short videos to be putting on our Instagram pages, on our Facebook page. I welcome everybody to come like our Facebook page. It is the Sunset Girl Creates on Facebook as well as on Instagram. You can go like us on both platforms and see the rest of what's going on, right? I have not been on social media doing a whole lot. You won't see anything that's been going on because I think I've only done a few things in the last couple months with anything social media. I've really just been kind of watching to see what's going on with my grandkids and their travels and their livelihoods, right? That's about what I watch Facebook for. I hope one day you guys will get to meet my little grandbabies. But you will be meeting shortly because we will be doing probably our snippets on Saturdays or Sundays when she comes over. But my best friend's daughter is really into crafting as well, and she wants to be around a regular crafter that she can learn from. And she's seen me crafting her whole entire life. She remembers me crafting since she was as long as she could remember. I got a hair on here. It's driving me crazy. I get a pair of tweezers here. But she'll be on. She's really excited. Her mom's like telling her, "Oh, guess what? Miss Deb has her YouTube channel, and you'll get done and be able to go on it." So she's excited. Every time she comes over, "Are we gonna videotape today?" I said, "No, I haven't been able to get back on. It's been a little painful, but as soon as I'm back on, I'll get back on." So there'll always be a little snippet at the beginning of every video with her reminding everybody to subscribe and like our video. And I think it's just going to be a fun way to add a little bit more smiling to our videos. She's the cutest little 7-year-old I've ever seen. She's got the most beautiful natural blonde hair that is down to her butt. The length has never been cut. If you ask her if her hair has been cut, it has. And I argued with her because I know her mother and I know that she never gets her hair cut. Well, Mom forgot to tell me about the story that she decided she was going to trim the bangs, sides areas, so that they could hang on the side like her friends had. So I didn't know if she was telling me the truth or not. I'm like, okay, well, here's the thing. I'll believe you for now, but I'll double check with Mom. Because she's going, "Miss Deb, I'm not telling you a fib." I go, "Okay, I believe you." You know, she's the cutest little girl. And so I asked her mom, I said, "You didn't never had your daughter's haircut, right?" She goes, "No, but she cut her own a couple months ago." "Oh," I said, "So you forgot to tell me that?" So I had to turn around immediately and tell my little granddaughter, daughter, niece, friend, best friend's daughter, whatever you want to call her. I had to go and apologize to her. I was wrong. You were right. I misunderstood. I was talking about the length in the back of your hair. I wasn't talking about the time that you cut your own hair in the front. So we were talking about the same things and we were both right about what we were talking about. But I misunderstood her. And so that shows me how important communication is, right? How important is that communication? Right? It's important. So I don't just teach or even talk about just what I do. But I have my little girl that comes up, and she's my little friend. She's my crafting buddy. And so you'll be able to meet my crafting buddy here soon. She's just had her birthday. Last week we had to run some errands, and then she went and saw Grandpa for a little bit when Mom and I visited. And then when she was all done, we came back to my house because I had some cupcakes that I had made her, and her present was here. We weren't able to do the birthday party for her that we wanted to. You know, life kind of gets in the way of things, and it just wasn't possible. So we're going to do something for her this summer when she's out of school, and everybody's a little bit more stable again, because I'm telling you, this corona thing up and down is crazy. But I've got all my vaccinations. So those are the kind of things that we'll be discussing. You know, it's just like I learn even from what my friend does with her daughter, you know, because her daughter gets upset and she takes on the woes of the world. This is one of these little girls that, you know, is going to be the next saint that takes on and feels everybody's pain, those kind of things, right? Just the most cutest, smartest little one. And her mom has been telling her, you know, when you're upset and you can't breathe or you can't do whatever, and you just need to take a moment, go into your room and pray to God and ask God to stop and take away that behavior. Because we're trying to find ways to teach her, right? Because her dad's an active addict. Her mother is in recovery. So she's not had always the best. My friend has always done awesome for her daughter. She's always been in recovery since she had her daughter. She's been right there. She's a really great mom. She's always there, does whatever she can for her, right? And she'll go without food before she'll have her daughter go without food, right? She's one of those moms. I just respect her beyond belief for how she treats that little girl. However, she went in because she had a little episode about a week ago. And she went in her room and said she's going to go calm down for a little bit. So Mom went in to check on her. And she's sitting there. And Mom goes, "Are you okay?" She puts up her hand and says, "Mom, hold on. I'm praying, asking God to take this away so I can be a good girl." Oh my God. I just had to laugh so hard. Because those are things I remember doing as a kid too. But I lost a lot of that throughout the years. So, you know, I learned lessons from more than just myself or the people I try to expose myself to, you know? Sometimes you can learn lessons from the youngest children. Because, you know, one thing I've always heard is the truth comes out of the mouth of babes, right? And that's true, right? It's really true. They don't know how to lie, right? And a lot of times they just speak their mind because they don't know that it may not be appropriate at that time. But that's where you become on as a mother or as a caretaker, whatever you may be for that child. That's where your job comes in, to take care of them and raise them right. So since my friend lost both her parents early in age, I mean, she recently just lost her dad a few years ago, but her mom died at an early age. I mean, she was the caregiver for her dad for the last, 7 or 8 years of his life, because he had Alzheimer's and all kinds of other issues. So she lost her parents, so she really doesn't have anybody, but she really likes having somebody, you know, like me that she can come talk to, and we are best friends. And it's just like we say, sometimes we're best friends and other times we're mother and daughter, depending on what's needed for that day, right? But I always know I've seen who my true friends are in the last couple of years, because she's the only one that ever tried to keep in touch. And it's the only one I wanted to keep in touch with. So that goes to show that I only choose people that I believe are true friends too. So with that said, that is where the new channel's going, or it's not a new channel, but that's where my channel's going, and welcome to our channel, because it is now your channel as well. And I just want to thank all of our subscribers. You know, I've gotten 5 new subscribers even during the 3 months I was off. You guys are awesome. And you'll see different things, and I hope that maybe what I've done and how I'm putting things together will make it a much better cohesive video. I'll say a lot less ums. I'm sorry about it today because this is the first time back. I've already deleted 10 videos before I got to this one. So with that said, I want to thank you all for being subscribers. If you like what you see here, you like this video, please give it a like. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, I'd love to hear about it for any craft. Doesn't have to be what we're working on today. But if you have questions about anything, please leave them in the description below. I love hearing from you, so any comments that you would love to give, that would be great. I'd also like to thank everybody for just hanging out and waiting till I got back. I really appreciate it. Going forward, I will be accountable. You will get that once a week video and your once a month vlog video, as well as I will be working on the next month getting my website up, and once that website is up and back going in the new direction, I will then be adding my vlog, whichever one I want to do, onto the website as well. So with that said, thank you all for coming, and stay safe out there. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. If you do, don't name it after myself. And remember that life gets better if you want it to get better, one day at a time. Peace out, everyone. Enjoy. Bye-bye.